My name is Marcus Martinez, and I've been referred to Innova Recovery through La Hacienda Treatment Center. I've been to rehab 3 times, and I've been in an IOP, including Innova. This will be my 5th intensive outpatient. But by far, I've thoroughly enjoyed and found, Innova, the IOP at Innova to be very helpful. Innova does things quite differently than other recovery centers. And one of those things that I find very helpful is that it's focused on trauma recovery. They just provide this safe space where I can work through, I can talk about myself, I can show up and be vulnerable and feel like not judged, and it's just easy to, it's easier to, work through my stuff, work through your stuff. And if anything, if I'm working through something that's difficult, that I bring up during group, I think so it might also be beneficial to the other people in the group because they may relate. And so that might provide just opening for everyone to share and allow for different perspectives to touch on whatever it is, that might come up in group that day. I'd like to think that my life was, pretty set. I was comfortable. I was, going about my daily living, and I thought I was, kind of, somewhat content. But I wound up, experiencing this, life change, that kind of sent me into crisis mode. One of the things I find that's different since I've been in group and with my therapist has been my increasing awareness of how shame has affected my life. This skill to be able to see that and be able to, kind of step outside of myself and see it objectively, to be able to see it for what it is, right, and not let it affect my behavior or send me into this spiral where I'm just emotionally dysregulated, right? So, to get into a group, with a bunch of men, right, that, we have this, I don't know, how would you say, gender, roles. We're supposed to be these macho guys who aren't, afraid and so to be able to get into a group and let those walls down and be vulnerable with other men, it's a risk, but it's worth it because, I get to, practice being authentic. But I think, if drinking is just like a symptom of a disease, right, then I think for me, the root of it has been, shame and trauma, who wants to face their shame? Who feels like doing cartwheels when they're, experiencing shame or looking at how that affects their lives. So, how fortunate, again, I'll say, how fortunate am I, right, that I have had this opportunity to work with these professionals and I get to sift through, my trauma and shame and get all these useful tools and ideas and concepts to live, my best life, right?